Hey guys, Splatoon here, and once again, welcome back to another Splatoon analysis. This week we'll be looking at the Splat Charger for the standard version and the Kelp version, and to an extent the scope variant, so let's get started. The damage for the Splat Charger is actually pretty high, doing 160 damage at max charge while dropping off to about 40 with no charge at all. So in short, you can expect to splat your enemies at about 1 shot on average, or 3 shots if you just spray the charger around, which is something I wouldn't recommend as your range drops significantly when not charged, and your fire rate with the Splat Charger is otherwise rather slow. The range when fully charged, however, is pretty high, outranging nearly every weapon in the game with the exception of a few other chargers and splatling weapons. However, in order to fully take advantage of that range, it's best for you to keep your distance and, if at all possible, watch your flanks, as the Splat Charger is very vulnerable in close quarters combat, so positioning yourself in high or hard to reach places is ideal to avoid getting flanked. The mobility of the Splat Charger is on average low, especially when charging the weapon. However, you're not going to be doing a lot of running and moving about with this weapon anyway, but thankfully your mobility is good enough for you to be able to keep your distance and spacing without having too much trouble. The Splat Charger, like most chargers, is a defensive weapon, and it likes to be put on well-rounded or offensive teams since it can't ink its own turf effectively and is prone to being overwhelmed by coordinated strikes. Your splat bombs give you a semi-reliable answer in close quarters combat, while your killer whales force your opponents to unfavorable positions or even out into the open for your team to gain some momentum to push forward. But once again, positioning is still key, so you should only move up with your team when you're sure your team has the advantage or when it is safe to do so. When it comes to making the choice between scoped and non-scoped variants, one must take into consideration the team composition and the maps currently on rotation. Looking at all these variables will help you decide which is best for the current situation. The scoped versions allow for more precise aiming, and although the range is increased, I don't feel it's significant enough to be majorly noticeable. But perhaps the biggest factor overall is personal preference, so choose accordingly. For perks to run when using the Splat Charger, maxing out on damage is optimal, as it lowers the amount of time needed to charge the weapon for the one shot, one kill. The rest should be put into a good balance of ink recovery, special charge ups, and special saver, and to an extent quick super jump if at all possible. The ink recovery helps with your otherwise heavy ink usage, while the special charge up and special saver help you get your special a little bit sooner. The quick super jump is only going to be really needed if you feel like you need to make a tactical retreat to your spawn, or if things become too chaotic or you need to reposition yourself to a better position. So I recommend adjusting these perks to complement what your team needs most. The Splat Charger is a weapon that excels the most in tower control and splat zones, as both have an objective that is easy to lock on target to, so the charger can stand as an overwatch. However, all variants of the Splat Charger seem to be weaker in Rainmaker and Turf War due to lacking offensive potential and ability to spread turf efficiently enough. So I do advise keeping an out of these game modes if at all possible, unless you have a highly coordinated team, but even then I still would recommend taking it into one of these game modes. If you're looking for a weapon that can provide defensive support, can take out opponents very quickly and from a safe distance, and likes long-range combat, a Splat Charger may be one of the weapons to consider. If you're not looking for a weapon that is rather weak in close quarters, can't ink its own turf effectively and or efficiently, and needs offensive support in order to not get pinned down, a Splat Charger may not be best suited for you. Well guys, that's all I really have for the Splat Charger today, so if you guys like this video, share it to any of your friends. They might just learn something new after all. But until then, I'll catch you guys next week and in the next video, so take care and have a good one. Peace out.